Good lunchtime. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Good morning. I just said good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Welcome to very special shows this week between now and Friday. These 5 days this week, and if it goes well, we'll do it every weekday for now. Just while this lockdown is around, I'm going to be entertaining you from now on, right the way through lunchtime. So while you are making yourselves lunch and sitting back and relaxing, maybe on your lunch break or whatever you're doing, whether you're a key worker or not key worker, and you're eating your lunch, whatever you are doing at this time of the day, I'm going to be here entertaining you between the time of 12:30 and 1:15. Lots of things we're going to be looking forward to on this very show, because we're going to be discussing the day's news, of course, and we're going to be just chatting away. There'll be interviews, there'll be a bit of music, chat. It's a bit like Luke Howard Live, but just at a different time and with a little mix of different things. So from Monday to Friday, between the time of 12:30 and 1:15, it's me, the one and the only Luke Howard. That's me. I present a show every Saturday morning between 10 and 10:45, but I've decided from this week onwards, until the lockdown has been eased, for me to do my show again. So it's lovely to have your company. It's Monday the 11th of January, and our first show of this week. To get in touch with the show, if you would like your name to be mentioned on the show, please do get in touch. Text, hang on, I'm not doing that, we're doing Instagram. It's the Luke Howard fan page, or you can email the show. It's GaryJHoward68@hotmail.com, or there's another email which is 345-457@student.hhc.ac.uk, or use the hashtags #Luke Howard, #Luke Howard Live, or #listen to Luke Howard Live. Now, we've got lots of things to talk about on the show today, because we're going to be covering a news story that I want to have a bit of a moan about from yesterday. Yes, I'm going to be losing my rag on the show today, because there was a piece of news that came out yesterday about these two women who went for a walk in the Derbyshire Hills with a coffee in their hand. They were socially distanced. What's wrong with that? The police found them and they took them away. What is wrong with going for a walk in the countryside? Come on, people. It ain't right. These two youngsters, they were friends. They met for some exercise in the Derbyshire Downs and went for a nice walk over the Peak District, and they went for a 5-mile walk, and then the police caught them and took them away. I don't think that's the right thing to do at all. Do you think that's the right thing to do? Do let me know. I mean, I met up with my mate yesterday. We sat in the park, we took our own seats, took our own hot chocolates, and then they're also saying that it's not alright to sit on benches. But then someone said to me and my mate yesterday that it's alright for us all to sit on benches, and now it is alright for people to sit on benches, and my mate wanted me to get this clear on this show today. He wanted me to say that you can sit on benches, people. I mean, we went to the park yesterday, me and my mate. We took our own chairs, took our own food, took our own tea, took our own everything. Hot chocolate, made our own hot chocolate, took it all. So we took everything of our own and sat in the middle of the park, and nobody said anything. Some two lovely, kind ladies walked up to us. Oh yeah, let's cover the story now, because two lovely ladies walked up to me and my mate and said, "Oh, hello boys, are you alright?" And we were chatting away. And then I said to the ladies, I said to them, "Do you think this is the right thing to do, us two sitting here?" And they said, "Absolutely fine, as long as you disinfect all the benches after you've sat on them," which is what we will do. But we didn't even sit on the benches at all, because we brought our very own seats. And that is what we do plan to do from the nearest future. We are going to be taking our own seats when we go out. But now we've been told that we are allowed to sit on benches, then surely it must be all okay. So, yeah. But we will be sitting on benches from now on, because we have been told that we can. And then in the next moment, we also get told that we can't. Okay, well, let's cover the actual story. I mean, no one really knows, because all they were doing was just having a cup of tea and going for a walk. But their names was Jessica Allen and Alizia Moore. They were walking at a restaurant 5 miles from their home when they were stopped by officers, which were fined £200 each. Now, no one really knows what to do at the moment, do they? Was it the right thing to do? Was it the right thing for them to be? I mean, me and my mate, we go out together. My mate and me, we're in a support bubble together. As I just said, we go to the park, we do things together. Is that the right thing that we can do? Are we allowed to do that? I think it's the right thing for us to do. We can meet friends, we exercise, we sit in the park, we have a chat. So that is the right thing to do. But some people think it isn't the right thing to do. But I actually think it is the right thing to do, to be honest with you. If these two people want to go for a walk, just let them go for a walk. That's what they want to do. So if they want to go for a walk, just let them go, for God's sake. Let them go for a walk. And they do go for a walk. They need to get out. People need to get out this very moment and go for a walk. Mental health well-being. This is what me and my mate meet up. Because it's for our mental health and our mental well-being. That's what it's for. And I want to get the message across there, is that you can go out and you can socialise as long as you make your distancing. I mean, you can exercise in the park. Yesterday we saw a whole group of people meeting up with dogs in the park. So, is that the right thing to do as well? I'm sure it is the right thing to do. But Derbyshire Police insisted driving to exercise was not in the spirit of lockdown. But later on, it said that new guidance was meant that it would look again at this very issue. But both women said they were pleased the force had decided to think again. Now, Derbyshire Police and Crime Commissioner Herbert Lee Dempsey said an urgent review was underway about how fine had been issued. Now, long-standing guidance from the College of Policing said that officers should follow the ES and give fixed penalty notice at the last resort. Friends are allowed to meet up for exercises and go for walks. There is no right for the police to turn up and start arresting two youngsters for walking in the middle of nowhere, but no one really knows what they could have been doing. They met up, they had a cup of tea, they had a walk. That's a good thing to do. You need to get out, some people do, but was that the right thing to do? I mean, I don't really know what to say about that, really. I just don't really know what to say. But I couldn't believe it when I heard about this news last night. My dad said to me, "Luke, have you heard the news about the two youngsters who met up in the middle of nowhere drinking tea?" And that, but me and my mate, we sit in the park. As I said, we sit in the park, and that is all right for us to do that. But Mr. Allen and Miss Allen and Miss Moore, was drove separately from Ashby Ledell South in Leicestershire and 5 miles to Fordmore Reversely on Wednesday afternoon. They said that we are yet to hear anything regarding our fine, but if we have managed to save somebody the worry of going for a walk and fearing that they would be fined, then they will have done what they set out to do. Now, interiorly, Derbyshire Police, they defended its actions. They defended the actions and say that legalisation and trips should be local, and driving to a location to exercise is, well, clearly not the spirit of the national effort to reduce the travel, reduce and possible spread of this disease. And we're going to fight it as much as we really can, to be honest with you. We've got to do as much as we can. You know, we've got to stay at home. We've got to protect lives. We've got to save the NHS. And, you know, I mean, I'm in a support bubble with my mate. My dad, I go and see my dad, and then I go and see my mate, and you know, we're in support bubbles together, which is brilliant, which is good. But those are my support bubbles at this very moment. But Derbyshire Police has also been giving fixed penalty notices to people who do visit beauty spots like Calickley Abbey and Everston Castle. But later, though, the force did say that new guidance from the National Police Chief Council, that's NPCCC, clarified the policing response, and it was concerning travel and exercise as well. Now, the COVID regulations which officers enforce and which enables them to issue FPNS, fixed penalty notices for breaches, do not restrict the distance travelled for this very, very exercise. Now, Mr. Dermotsley said that it would appear that the force has been a little overzealous in its inspiration of the guidance. While the police can enforce the regulations guidance, it's just that which can make this a very, 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 very challenging and complex situation to the police. Now, the Chief Constable of neighbouring Nottinghamshire, Greg Guildford, said that we're not out and about telling people they have gone too far from home, and they trust the police, the public, to take these regulations seriously. Derbyshire is to be fair to them and have some unique places that people may want to go to and from a load of counties. But by the approach is around negligence. If someone has gone 50 miles, they will take action. If someone has gone a couple of miles, well, they are very sensible. Okay, well, we'll leave that one there. I think we should leave that there, and move on to the next story, because we are talking about an update from COVID in a moment or two. But it'd be lovely to hear from you on Britain's Best Radio Show today. Do get in touch. I did say how you can get in touch with Britain's Best Radio Show today. So, yeah, do get in touch with the show. Lovely to hear from you. My name is Luke Howard. Lovely to have your company today. It's 12:40 is the time. I keep forgetting what time. I must know my times, you know. I do know my time very well. It is 12:40 already on the show. Yeah, it'd be great to have your company. Great for you to get in touch with Britain's Best Radio Show today, with your views on what we've just been talking about on this very show today. Are you having your lunch? Do get in touch with the show as well and let me know what you're up to on this very show as well. Okay, so let's move on then and talk about one more story, because Dubai has been added to Scotland's travel quarantine list, meaning anyone coming from the Emirate must self-isolate for 10 days. Now, the Celtic confirmed one of their players tested positive for the virus less than 48 hours after the squad returned from a training trip on Dubai on Friday just gone. If it's not known if they were on the trip, the Scottish rule, which came into effect at 4 a.m, did also appeal since the 3rd of January this very year. Now, the past 48 hours have been the busiest for the Health Trust in Northern Ireland since the start of this very pandemic. Now, they will appear of off-duty staff to help ease the pressure. Now, the NHS have been amazing. I mean, this has got to be history. This is going to be memory history. No one, and I mean no one, is never going to forget what has been going on at this very moment. No one's going to forget about it at all. No one's ever going to forget about what's been going on in at this very moment. And no one's ever going to forget. Health trusts, they've also said more cancer operations could be cancelled, and warnings that the 3rd week of January, hospitals could be dealing with double the number of COVID patients as well. It is hard. It's very hard. We've just got a couple of more weeks to go off this lockdown, and once we're out of it, once everyone's got the vaccine, everything's going to be A-OK, if you ask me, once everyone's had the vaccine and it's all died down. We are going to try our very best to beat this virus, because we've got to try and beat it. You know, we've all got to try and beat it. You know, we will beat it. You know, we'll get rid of it and it will go. Okay, it will go, all right? It's going to go. We just got to take our time and stay at home, protect lives, wash your hands, go out only if you need to, and then after this very time, it will all be okay. But health trusts have also said more of it is happening, and meanwhile, care workers in Northern Ireland who provide, I think it's services to the ill elderly patients living at home can now book an appointment to get a COVID vaccine. Now, in Northern Asia, the COVID-free is until now. Now, the Pacific island nation of Micronesia has reported its first coronavirus case, one of the last nations on Earth to confirm a very infection. In a message published on Friday, the government did confirm a sailor aboard a government-owned ship that had tested positive for the virus returning from the Philippines. The government said the case was being considered an imported case and does not present any immediate risk of this very virus spreading from the border community. The thing is with this virus is that it spreads, okay? It spreads very quickly, and there will be a moment when everyone would have it and then it'll all be gone. You know, we just got to take our time, because it will all be fine, people. It will all be okay. Now, schools have been closed, okay, to many people in the UK. But that doesn't mean the learning stops, because they can still do it online. I join my class on Friday morning. But I join at 10:30 on Friday morning to my class's group with Emma Hayward and all my mates. We all join ours on Friday, but they would like that, which is why the show is on later this week and for a couple of weeks, because we do a morning session in the morning, and then after that, at 12:30, Luke Howard Live is on. Now, they've got lots of things to keep kids entertained on telly, like BBC Bite Size. They're doing special entertainment things and English and maths, which is really good, with Brian Cox and Heston Blumenthal is on there cooking, and footballer Marcus Rashford is also on there as well, which I didn't know he's going to be on there as well either. I never actually knew he was going to be on there as well, you know. No, I didn't. No, I did not.